So we have enlisted the help of Melissa from Baby Sleep Code for both our boys. My first was 7.5 months old and my second was only 4 months old when we contacted Melissa. With my first, we didn't have too many issues with him, so his sleep issue was resolved with just a phone call with Melissa, which was fantastic. But my second was quite young and we were experiencing more issues with his sleep, so we decided to go with the full support package with Baby Sleep Code. So at the time, my son was 4 months old and we were basically doing all his naps in a wrap or in a carrier. We were doing all contact naps. He wasn't able to sleep independently, or if he was to be put down for an independent sleep, he would only sleep for about 20 minutes at a time, which was not ideal, especially because I had a toddler as well. He was sleeping pretty well overnight with about 1 to 2 wakes for a feed, but he was having about up to 3 false starts before actually settling to sleep for the night, which was really exhausting because my husband and I would have to keep going back and forth, resettling him back to sleep. After the initial call with Melissa, I felt excited to start our journey with my son and to get him to be a confident, independent sleeper. I knew from having my toddler that it was possible and that it was only a matter of time that my 4-month-old would also be a great sleeper. And because I had the support of a sleep expert by my side, I could be excited rather than scared of what was to come. The 2-week support period was really good for me, especially because I would put in live updates of my son's day and his sleep throughout the day and night, and I would actually get live feedback and comments from Melissa as well. So she would also be checking throughout the day, commenting if necessary, and advising of next steps if necessary as well. And I feel like this part was the most crucial part of our journey with our son, because it meant that we just had an expert every single step of the way throughout the whole day. We never went through the experience blind, and we always felt reassured about what we were doing or how to tweak things to help our son. Now I am so happy to say that my son is an independent sleeper. We can put him down awake for all naps and sleep time awake, and there are no tears. He doesn't cry. He's happy to be put down, and then he will settle to sleep on his own. He will also do a nice long lunch nap, which coincides with our toddler's nap as well. So it's great that they have an overlap, and he doesn't have any false starts for his night sleep anymore. So he'll settle straight to sleep and have a great sleep at night. And he's also sleeping through the night now. So I feel so incredibly lucky to now have a 5-month-old who's still very young, but is already sleeping so well that we don't need to worry about his naps or his sleep. And it's just great to have 2 kids that are both fantastic sleepers. So something else that was also super valuable was that we were able to have a wrap-up call after the 2-week support period. And that was super helpful for me because by then I had a list of questions that I wanted to ask Melissa, and I felt like I still had that final support that I needed from her, rather than having the 2-week support period end and then needing to work out everything else by myself. So it's super, super helpful to have someone guiding you every step along the way, because baby sleep can be really daunting and really stressful if you are trying to fix it on your own. I would highly recommend getting an expert like Baby Sleep Code on your side. During our support period, Melissa also encouraged us to stop swaddling our son, and I was very hesitant to do this because it was quite difficult for our first. For nap times, he just wasn't napping well without being swaddled. So I was really scared to do this at 4 months old, but with the encouragement of Melissa, I took her advice and got rid of the swaddle, and we put him in a sleeping bag, and he had no issues that night, and in fact it helped him settle himself for his naps, which was what we were struggling with. So it was a fantastic step, and now I'm so glad that I don't actually have to get rid of the swaddle without the support and help of a sleep consultant. I've got quite a few friends who have issues with their baby or their toddler's sleep, and I always try to encourage them to seek help from a sleep expert, and I'm already referring all my friends to Baby Sleep Code. I just know from personal experience that it doesn't need to be that way, that it's not something that you just have to endure, that you can actually fix it, but also that you're doing them good as well. It's not just a selfish thing for yourself. Once you help them sleep, they become such confident, happy sleepers that they're able to sleep in different environments as well. So for example, with my first, he had no issues going to childcare and learning how to sleep there. In fact, all the educators were so surprised that they didn't have to rock him or do anything, that they were literally able to just put him down with his sleeping bag and white noise sound machine, and he would go to sleep fine. So I'm always trying to encourage my friends that do have issues with their baby sleep that all it takes is a couple of weeks effort, if that, and everyone will be happier for it. And it also doesn't mean that you need to let your baby just sit there and cry as well. We did a very gentle and gradual approach with our 4-month-old, and there are absolutely no tears when we put him down to sleep. And because we sought the help of Baby Sleep Code at such a young age for our second, we actually avoided the 4-month sleep regression, which everyone knows can be a nightmare. So I am so glad that we did that. So basically my advice is, if you've got any baby sleep issues, don't delay, just contact Baby Sleep Code and get it sorted. It's something you won't regret.